All right, on this video, I'm going to show you how to solve a system of equations by elimination when you only have to add them together. So it's the easiest kind of elimination. So let's say you have negative x plus 2y is equal to negative 15. And then you have 8x minus 2y is equal to negative 20. So remember, we're trying to find the 1x and the 1y that works in both equations. There's a whole lot of numbers, x's and y's, that work in this equation. This makes a line, and there's an infinite number of ordered pairs that will add to a negative 15. Same thing here. There's an infinite number of ordered pairs that you could plug in there that would add to a negative 20. But there's only one ordered pair that works in both, and we're trying to find that. Well, if you have a positive 2y and a negative 2y, then you can add them together. I'm just going to add these two equations together, and that's going to cancel out and become 0. 2y minus 2y is 0. So negative 1 plus 8 is 7, so that becomes 7x. We're just combining like terms. And then that's 0, so I don't have to write it. And then you bring down your equal sign. Negative 15 plus negative 20 is negative 35. So then we're going to divide both sides by 7, and I'm going to get x equals negative 5. Now you're only half done. You have to take your x equals negative 5, plug it back up into one of your original equations, and figure out what y goes with it. So I'm going to start with the top one. So the equation is negative x plus 2y equals negative 15. It doesn't matter which equation you use. Okay, so now I'm going to replace the x with a parentheses. So it's my placeholder, it's my little slot. Well, what am I going to put in there? I'm going to put what I got for x. I got negative 5. So notice I have a negative 5, or the opposite of negative 5. So that becomes a positive 5. So 5 plus 2y is equal to negative 15. And now we have to solve this equation. So subtract 5 from both sides. That gives me 2y equals negative 20. Divide by 2 on both sides, and you get y equals negative 10. So that means the ordered pair negative 5, negative 10 is the only x and y that work in both equations. If we were to graph this line, remember we just finished graphing, if we were to graph this line and graph this line, they would cross at negative 5, negative 10. So this is just a different way to find that ordered pair. Not always do we want to graph. Sometimes it's really inconvenient to graph. So it's nice to be able to do it with algebra. So let's do another one. So let's do negative x plus 3y is equal to 6. And negative 10x minus 3y is equal to 27. So again, I have a positive 3y and a negative 3y. My y's are going to be the thing that cancels out. That's why this is called elimination. We're eliminating one variable. So we're going to add them together, and that's going to become 0. Negative 1x plus negative 10x is negative 11x. Bring down your equal sign. 27 plus 6 is 33. Divide both sides by negative 11, and you get x equals negative 3. So now we're going to plug it into one of the equations. I would probably plug it at the top because the numbers are smaller, but I just want to show you how to do it when you have more numbers involved. So we're going to have negative 10 times x, I'm going to put parentheses there, minus 3y equals 27. So I've just copied that equation down, and this equation here, and I've just put a parentheses in place of the x. So then I'm going to put negative 3 in place of that parentheses. So a negative 10 times a negative 3 is positive 30. And now I subtract 30 from both sides. This is why we said solving equations was so important at the beginning of the year. So negative 3y is equal to negative 3. So if I divide both sides by negative 3, I get y equals positive 1. So that means my answer, my ordered pair, is negative 3, 1. You always give your answer as x, y. All right, so let's do another one. I'm looking at problems on Delta Math here, so they're just like the ones you're going to be doing on your assignment. So let's say we have 5x plus y is equal to 35, and then negative 5x plus 5y is equal to negative 5. So I'm going to add those together because I have a positive 5x and a negative 5x. So that's going to become 0. So in this case, my x's are gone. Doesn't matter which variable cancels out. It doesn't matter. You just get one of them to cancel out, and then you find the other one. So 1y plus 5y is 6y. Remember, there's a 1 there. And then 35 plus negative 5 is positive 30. Divide by 6, and we get y equals 5. So I'm going to plug it back up into the top one. So 5x plus y, so I'm going to put a parentheses, equals 35. And then what am I going to put in parentheses? Well, the thing that I found. And so I found that y is equal to 5 because I have a y, this is y in the equation, so I plug the number in for y there. So now I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. So now I have 5x equals 30, divide by 5, and I get x equals 6. So remember, my ordered pair goes x, y. So x is 6, and y is 5. Make sure you put it in the correct order, x, y. Okay, so that's how you do it with add. Now we'll do a couple in the next video when you subtract.